Few historical films are as wildly popular today as Gladiator from the year 2000, which tells the turbulent life of Roman General Maximus in about 2.5 hours, with many epic scenes that make it a well-rounded story with a definite conclusion.
What if we told you that one of the most epic movies of all time is getting a sequel? That's right, Gladiator 2 is in the works and it's going to be amazing. But what do we know about this highly anticipated film? Who are the characters? What is the story? And when will it come out? We'll discuss everything we know about Gladiator 2, so stay tuned. You know the movie Gladiator, right? The one with Russell Crowe as Maximus, the Roman general who becomes a gladiator and fights against the evil Emperor Commodus. It was a huge hit in 2000 and won many awards, including the Oscar for Best Picture. Well, ever since then, the director Ridley Scott has been trying to make a sequel to it. But it's not easy because Maximus dies at the end of the first movie, so he had to come up with a new story and a new main character. He hired different writers to help him with the script, but none of them worked out. The first one was John Logan, who wrote the first movie, but he and Scott disagreed on the direction of the sequel, so he left. The second one was David Franzoni, who also worked on the first movie. He wrote a script that focused on Lucius, the son of Maximus's lover Lucilla, and he also had an idea to bring back Maximus from the dead using some ancient Roman beliefs. But this version was too weird and unrealistic, so it was never made. Gladiator 2 is directed by Ridley Scott, who also directed the first movie. The film will follow the story of Lucius, the son of Maximus's love Lucilla, after Maximus's death. The film will also feature some of the original cast members reprising their roles, such as Paul Mescal as Lucius, Denzel Washington as a former slave turned arms dealer, Connie Nielsen as Lucilla, and Derek Jacobi as Senator Gracchus. The film has been in development for over 2 decades with various writers and actors attached to the project at different times. The first attempt to make a sequel was in 2001 when John Logan was hired to write the script. However, Logan left the project due to creative differences with Scott. In 2003, David Franzoni signed on as producer and screenwriter and wrote a script that focused on the parentage of Lucius and the resurrection of Maximus. However, this version was never made into a film. Gladiator 2 is scheduled to be released in the United States on November 22, 2024. In 2006, Scott announced that he had completed the script for Gladiator 2, but did not reveal any details about the plot or cast. He also said that he had collaborated with Russell Crowe and other researchers on ancient Roman beliefs regarding the afterlife. In 2011, Crowe confirmed that he was still interested in returning for Gladiator 2, but said that he had no involvement in the project. In 2019, Scott revealed that he had finished writing Gladiator 2 with David Scarpa as co-writer. He also said that he had cast Paul Mescal as Lucius Verus, who was previously portrayed by Spencer Treat Clark in Gladiator 2000. Scott praised Mescal's performance in Normal People 2020 and said he was perfect for the role. He also announced that Denzel Washington would play a major role in Gladiator 2. In 2021, Scott confirmed that Gladiator 2 was officially greenlit by Paramount Pictures and Universal Pictures, who will distribute it worldwide. He also said that production would start soon and that filming would take place in Morocco, Malta, and the UK. He did not reveal any more details about the plot or cast at this point. We can expect some exciting action scenes, some emotional moments, some political intrigue, and some historical references from Ridley Scott. The film will serve as a sequel to the 2000 film and will follow the story of Lucius, the son of Maximus' love Lucilla, after Maximus' death. The cast of Gladiator 2 includes Paul Mescal as Lucius Verus, the son of Lucilla and Maximus, who was saved by his father and raised in the wilderness. He is now a grown man who seeks to uncover his true identity and destiny. Denzel Washington is a former slave turned arms dealer with a grudge against the emperors. He is a mysterious and powerful figure who may help or hinder Lucius in his quest. Connie Nielsen as Lucilla, the mother of Lucius and the sister of Commodus. She was married to Maximus and loved him deeply. She is now living in exile and unaware of her son's existence. Derek Jacobi as Senator Gracchus. He is a member of the Roman Senate who opposes Commodus' tyranny. He is also a friend and mentor to Lucius, whom he recognizes as Maximus' son. Joseph Quinn was co-emperor Caracalla, the nephew and successor of Commodus. He is ambitious and ruthless, but also has a sense of honor and justice. Fred Heschinger as co-emperor Gita, another nephew and rival of Caracalla. He is cunning and treacherous, but also has a soft spot for animals. Pedro Pascal as Phoebus, a young gladiator who becomes Lucius's ally and friend. He is brave and loyal, but also has a tragic past. May Calamawy as Leora, a Jewish woman who works as an interpreter for Phoebus. She's smart and resourceful, but also has a hidden agenda. So, how did Scott and his team manage to make Gladiator 2 happen after so many years of delays and challenges? Well, according to some sources, several factors contributed to the success of the project. First, Scott had a clear vision of what he wanted to do with the sequel. He said that he wanted to explore Maximus's legacy and how his actions affected the future of Rome and his son, Lucius. He also said that he wanted to create a realistic and immersive depiction of the ancient world using his expertise and experience in historical films. Second, Scott had a strong collaboration with his co-writer, David Scarpa, who helped him craft a compelling and coherent story. Scarpa said that he and Scott worked closely together, exchanging ideas and feedback, and rewriting the script several times until they were satisfied. He also said that they had to balance the expectations of the fans and the critics, while also making the sequel stand on its own. Third, Scott had a talented and diverse cast of actors who brought their skills and charisma to the screen. Scott said that he was impressed by Paul Mescal's performance as Lucius, who had to carry the weight of the film as the main protagonist. He also said that he was excited to work with Denzel Washington, who he described as a legend and a friend. He also praised the other actors, such as Connie Nielsen, Derek Jacobi, Joseph Quinn, Fred Heschinger, Pedro Pascal, May Calamawy, Lior Raz, Peter Mensah, and Matt Lucas, who he said added depth and dimension to their characters. Fourth, Scott had a dedicated and professional crew who helped him execute his vision with high quality and efficiency. Scott said he had a great team of cinematographers, editors, composers, production designers, costume designers, makeup artists, stunt coordinators, and special effects artists, who he said were the best in the business. He also said he had a smooth and safe production despite the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and the SAG-AFTRA strike, which he said were resolved with patience and cooperation. So far, we know very little about what happens in Gladiator 2 after Maximus dies at the end of Gladiator. So, you remember Maximus, right? He was the hero who fought in the Colosseum and killed Commodus, Marcus Aurelius' evil son. Sadly, Maximus also dies in the end, but he saves Lucius and his mom Lucilla from Commodus' madness. Lucius was the grandson of Marcus Aurelius and the nephew of Commodus. He also had a crush on Maximus, who was like a father figure to him. We only know that Lucius is alive and hiding from his enemies while trying to honor his father's legacy. We also know that two other emperors ruled Rome: Caracalla, Joseph Quinn, who was cruel and paranoid, and Gayduk, Fred Heschinger, who was ambitious and ruthless. We don't know how they will affect Lucius's plans or if they will discover his true identity. Well, the sequel is going to focus on Lucius, who is all grown up now. He is probably the emperor of Rome, or at least a very powerful person, but being in charge of Rome is not easy, especially when you have enemies everywhere. Lucius has to deal with a lot of drama, like assassins, conspiracies, and wars. He also has to face his demons, like his past, his family, and his legacy. One of the people who wants to take Lucius down is a guy played by Denzel Washington. He used to be a gladiator, just like Maximus, but he managed to survive and become rich and influential. He's not happy with Lucius and his rule, so he plots to overthrow him with the help of two crazy princes. These princes are probably related to Lucius somehow, maybe his cousins or something. They're also very dangerous and unpredictable. So that's the basic plot of Gladiator 2. Sounds like a thrilling and epic story, don't you think? Will Lucius be a good emperor or a bad one? Will Denzel Washington succeed in his coup or fail miserably? What's up with the baboons? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.